You're very concerned about your kids. And I noticed you wrote this book, A Gift to My Children, A Father's Lessons for Life and Investing. When was that written?
Oh, well, it was written over the past 4 years. It started, I was born in 2003, and I started thinking of all the things. See, I came to parenthood late. I used to think children were a waste of time and money and energy, and I never wanted to have children. I used to feel sorry for people who had children. First, I should tell you I was totally dead wrong, completely wrong. These little children are so much fun for me. I cannot get enough of them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And I started, trying to teach them things and all the things that my parents had taught me and all the things that people should know. And then I started writing them down. The next thing you know, it turned into a book.
That's awesome. I wonder if the people in finance are actually, because sometimes people get myopic in a certain industry and they only want to read things about how to make money. But I wonder how is it doing? Is it out there or is it kind of a quiet book?
Well, it's been published in several countries. In Taiwan, it was the #1 bestseller of any kind for 7 weeks in a row. It hasn't done as well in America for some reason as in many other countries. I think that's because my publisher published it as an investment book for young people, which is totally not what it is, not at all what it is. So they mischaracterized it. But it's surprising enough, it's done much better in the rest of the world than it has in America.
Well, I'm going to read it. It's one of the books I haven't read, and when I saw that, I thought, wow, I'll bet that book is coming from your heart, and you're probably speaking to your kids while you're writing that book, right? And thinking of them.
Oh, yes,
so
yes.
I imagine it's the best.
It's lessons I want my children to grow up with for life, and needless to say, investing is a large part of life, and if you learn many of the rules for a successful life, also carry over into investing, Be skeptical, don't follow the crowd, beware of the boys, all those rules that apply to life apply to investing as well.
When you came to having children later in life and were kind of astonished at how much fun you're having, your days must be very different now, are they?
Oh, yes. No, I spend as much time with these kids as I can. They're the focus of my life. I'm more interested in that than just about anything that you can imagine.
Are you amazed that they've touched you the way that they have?
Oh, yes. No, as I said, I used to not even notice children. Or if I did, it was because they were bothering me. But now I notice, I understand my parents better. I understand there's a whole class of people out there that I never knew about before, known as parents. Well, I now understand them. I know about them. I see them. I observe them. I observe children all over the world now. But these were things that I did not know or care about 2 years ago. I mean, not 2 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Now I'm consumed by it. I'm like a lot of people who convert to something. I'm converted to parenthood, and that's what this book is all about.
That's amazing.
How to make them successful, happy people. You can ask me in 30 years if I got it right or not.
As I watched a lot of your interviews in the traditional interview context and, financial news and Bloomberg, you get asked a lot of the same questions over and over and over of people wanting tips and what do you think about this and that. They don't really ask you a lot of questions about you. And I see in your interviews that you're very passionate and you're very connected to what you're talking about. You can even see when you're getting upset and you're getting frustrated with the interviewers or the people that are asking you questions or people that aren't really getting it, what your mindset is, what your message and your teaching is. So parenthood has to be altering the course of your life and your destiny. Is it hard to travel now for you?
Oh, no. Someone told me the other day that life begins when you have children. I will have to say that that's true. I'm still extremely interested in the world, extremely interested in adventure, extremely interested in investing. But my main focus now is these little children.
Awesome.
I still do invest, needless to say. I have to pay the rent somehow. And so I am attentive and looking at things, but I do have to worry. I do worry more about them than most things now.
It's a very different world than it even was 50, 60 years ago.
For me, and it is for these little, the world in which they grow up is going to be totally different. But and we're going to have to stop soon because I'll fall off this bicycle. But if you look at any decade, you pick a decade, 1980,
okay,
and then look at what happened, how the world changed over the next 10 or 15 years. Pick any year, 1900, doesn't matter, 1990. The world and what we knew in 1990 is so totally different now from what we all in 1990 or 1970 or 1980. And that's one of the things that I'm trying to relay to these little girls in this book and in their lives, because I know that the world in which they grow up, the world over the next 80 years is going to be so different from the world that we knew over the past 80 years.
I am going to read your book, and I would like to invite you back after I read your book to talk to you about A Gift to My Children, A Father's Lessons for Life and Investing.
Well, I hope so. But in the meantime, let's stop. Otherwise, I'm going to fall off the bike.
Well, I want to thank you. Thank you so much, Jim, for making time available on a Sunday morning in Singapore while you're riding your bicycle. Stationary, I hope.
Stationary, yes.
God bless you. Thank you so much. I'll send you a link to the show. Many blessings.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Jim.